Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Spider-Man for PS4 and PS5 and some of the backlash. The backlash over Spider-Man, because I thought this was pretty interesting. They're trying to cater to the Tom Holland fan base.
Yeah.
And it's not going very well.
Yeah, I've seen people mention this before. They said that they're trying to make it look like Tom Holland with a different person. And that's kind of crappy to the person. I don't understand why. Why would you do that? It was already popular. People didn't care. Why change it now?
Probably, I don't know. I'm guessing because they wanted to sell the same game again. Because that's...
So it's the same game. What difference does it make if the actor looks slightly different? Because it's the same voice and everything else.
Well, if you stan Tom Holland, then maybe you'll buy... I don't know.
I'm just trying to understand what the point is.
There is no point other than we wanted to make him look like Tom Holland.
And we wanted to sell it again.
And we wanted to sell it again. That's basically
otherwise, I see no point.
So, PS4 Spider-Man, probably the greatest superhero video game ever. I know Squid King played that.
Oh, he loves it. He played everything in that.
Love that game. And he was super excited about the Miles Morales, which is like basically 1.5. But anyway, Spider-Man's PS4 actors saying goodbye. And then we're going to talk about the fallout.
Yeah.
The threats that the developer's been getting.
They've been getting threats?
They've been getting of course they have.
Yeah, well, it's
of course
the internet 2020.
Right? So Spider-Man's PS4 actor, John Bubniak, says goodbye after controversial redesign. The original face of Peter Parker, and which is actually kind of more comic booky, I would say, and Marvel Spider-Man offered a heartfelt goodbye to fans following the remastered update reveal. I remember there being controversy when the original voice actor of Sonic the Hedgehog got kicked to the curb, too. People were not very happy about that. So following the announcement of a remastered re-release of Spider-Man for the PS5 and the reveal that the game's version of Peter Parker was going to look like, well, Tom Holland, basically. The original actor, John Bubniak, took to Twitter to pen a short but heartfelt message. Spider-Man, heart forever. You will be forever in my heart.
You all be forever in my heart.
You will all forever be in my heart.
Yeah, neither one can read.
I can't read. The update to Peter's model has caused an uproar among some fans, prompting creative director Brian Intihar to release a statement on Twitter. Please know we didn't make this decision change lightly.
But why did you? I don't understand.
Sony might have mandated it.
I don't know. Maybe they're going to explain. Read and see. Because I
no, they don't explain it.
Oh, they don't explain it. Okay, never mind.
We're going to talk about that. People don't know. They're like, why did they change it to Tom Holland? So there have been threats.
Well, it's not actually Tom Holland. It's another actor who looks similar to Tom Holland.
He looks pretty damn similar to Tom Holland. I mean, come on. It's that, yeah, and it's very different from this version of Peter, which actually, to me, as an older Spider-Man fan, now when I started reading Spider-Man, he was in college, and then he got married. So he was older, but now we're doing teenage Spider-Man.
Even though Tom Holland, I think, is like the perfect casting to me.
I think
for the film.
I think he's a good Peter Parker.
I think he does a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think Andrew Garfield, I think, was too cool to be Peter Parker. I mean, I liked him, but I'm like, yeah, he's too edgy to be Peter Parker. Peter's a dork. Even when he tries to be cool, he's a dork. So anyway, there's been some fierce backlash. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the developer getting threats because you can't change it. The fallout of Spider-Man's recasting on PS5 has been swift and ugly, coming from Polygon. Fans will miss Spidey's old face model. Folks are getting heated about this. Over on Jordan's announcement post on Instagram, the top and most visible comment currently reads, "I'm sorry, but you're definitely not my PS4 Spider-Man. Ouch." This is this guy, Yuri Lowenthal, is that his name?
Apparently.
"I'm sorry, but you're definitely not my Spider-Man." The thread has devolved into over 100 replies, all folks either arguing for or against Jordan's.
Well, 100 replies isn't a lot. I mean, honestly, they made a whole article based on a post with 100 replies.
I've seen it blow up since then. This was a couple days ago.
I was like, that's not really...
We were out of town a while last week, so I'm playing catch up here. If you look at Insomniac's replies on Twitter, many of the studio's recent ones are attempts to explain and defend the change. This is a technically motivated decision centered around the challenges from using separate people for the model of the face and facial performance. That's a stupid reason.
That really is a stupid reason.
That sounds like, no, look, this is what happened. Sony probably said, make him look like Tom Holland because we got Spider-Man movies coming out.
I'm sure that's what it is. That argument seems pretty weak.
Right. Those who feel strongly about the change are now rallying around Bubnik, the original face model for Peter. That does not mention, on a recent Instagram post of his, it does not mention Spider-Man. Many of the top replies now voice support. You're the real Peter. Boy, you're the best Peter Parker. Don't know why they replaced you. Shaking my head. Meanwhile, the official trailer on the PlayStation YouTube channel detailing the tweaks for Spider-Man Remastered has racked up more than twice as many downvotes to upvotes as of this writing.
Well, you know what? When that happens, you might want to. We saw this with Sonic.
Yeah.
And they changed it. And then it was huge because they changed it back or they made changes to it to make it look like Sonic, and people were very happy. So if people are this upset about it, you might want to reconsider it. It's not the other actor's fault by any means. Clearly it wasn't their fault. They were just doing their job. But maybe you don't want to do this because there's a lot of people who are really pissed.
Yeah. So let's go out and see what the upvote to downvote ratio is. Well, even over on the IGN version, it's 16,000 downvotes to 29,000 upvotes.
Well, that's not more downvotes.
Yeah, it's God. Yeah, like you said, it's good marketing research. Why wouldn't you listen to what people are saying? I think it looks, I don't know, I think it's stupid.
I have no dog in this fight, but I just don't understand why they do it.
The top comment says, I really hope there's an option to switch back to the default face.
Well, they were having that with that Star Wars game, too, where they were saying they wanted an option to change the face on the character. They had the characters' faces changed, remember? And people were having a fit about it. The ginger guy.
Oh, yeah. They did. You actually de-gingerify.
Right, because they had a problem with gingers. Because
the main character, yeah.
They like to get in fights with me. Anyway,
so now it's supposedly. Now we always have developers, cry about this stuff. We don't know for sure if they're getting threats or not, but apparently there's been harassment over the Peter Parker.
Gosh, you don't hear this all the time. Someone gets called out for something shitty, and they're like, "I was harassed."
Show me the receipts. Show me the harassment.
Show me where these people, the people they are accusing of harassing them specifically harassed them.
Right.
I mean, that might be the case here. I'm just saying in other cases, I've seen people yell about her being harassed, and then the people they're blaming it on weren't the people that harassed them.
So Spider-Man Spider-Man PS5. Spider-Man 5 would be like way in the future. Spider-Man PS5 developer calls out fan harassment, abusive fans.
I'm sure they're getting harassment. I'm sure they are.
So they're talking about what's going on here. Now the disagreement has apparently come to a head online, and Insomniac creative director Brian Intihar is having none of it, claiming that some fans, in quotes, are sending him and presumably his fellow developers threatening notes in response to Peter Parker's recasting.
They don't say what these notes are.
Yeah, I know, right? He calls for those fans to instead be a force for good and be respectful of each other.
Force for good? To do what?
Not send him threatening notes.
So basically what that translates to is take what we give you and be happy with it and show everybody how you can be happy with it and be respectful to us and our changes. Is that basically what that means?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, you should never threaten somebody anyway over something like a game. But,
Well, of course, Screen Rant is immediately being like, this is like the death threats to The Last of Us Part 2 voice actress, which, I do believe.
No, I believe there's threats. I believe there are.
But then sometimes, the threats aren't really like, they're not legit.
They're not really threats.
It's like, you suck. Oh my God, they're going to come to my house.
Drop dead isn't like someone threatening to hurt you or kill you.
Right.
I wish you die so this game would go back to normal isn't they're coming to hunt you down and kill you.
Yeah, oh God. So I love this. This is Screen Rant. Oh, Screen Rant never disappoints. Some of these so-called fans are spending an unhealthy amount of time staring at Peter Parker's face, but what they really need to do is look into a mirror.
Wait, what? Says people who write articles like this, who spend all that time looking for tweets and things to make stories about. I mean, pot or kettle there, Screen Rant, pot or kettle.
Anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see if this affects sales. I don't know if it's going to. I'm like...
I don't know why you'd buy it again if you already have it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, I get it's like, okay, we've polished it. They have to give people a reason to buy it again, I think. That's probably part of it. Like,
why didn't they just make a new game? And if they wanted to change the actor, just make a new game and make it a different actor in the next game.
Because
why couldn't they do that?
Expensive. It's very expensive. Sony likes to double, triple, quadruple dip. All these developers do. They spend that much time on a game and that much money on a game. They're just like, let's just shovel it back onto another platform.
That's stupid. It's already people who want it already bought it.
I don't.
And then if those are mad, just go buy the original.
Just play the original. You can play the original on the PS5.
You know, but it's just like, I get why you're upset. I totally get it. I mean, I don't understand why you'd make these changes. There's no reason.
Comic book fans are annoying.
What's comic book fans have to do with the Peter Parker game?
Oh,
Forgot the Spider-Man?
Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, so there we go. That is the Spider-Man PS5 drama. Had people asking us why we didn't cover it. We were out last week.
I didn't cover it because
you don't care.
I don't play the game.
It's a cool game.
I mean, you and Squid King had done this video. He would have more relevant opinions than I do.
Yeah, he was just like, I don't see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like, why'd they change it? That was his first thing. It was like, why'd they change his face?
They still haven't given it. I mean, what the reason they're giving doesn't sound. I mean, maybe it is.
No,
I'm not a developer.
No,
but it just seems awfully crap.
I know why they're doing it. They're doing it because they're like, it's Sony, and they're like, make it look like Tom Holland.
I'm sure you're right.
Spider-Man. All right, so we're going to wrap it up?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.